Alrighty, Stallions and Stallionettes, today we're taking a look at a 108 game-in-one multi-cart over here. This was purchased off Amazon. It will be linked in the description below. This is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I did buy this with my own hard-earned money. So first of all, one of the things I want to cover about multi-carts is obviously the legality of them, as they do have ROMs. And emulation is not illegal, but what is illegally obtained ROMs and BIOSes. We don't have to worry about a BIOS because, well, you need the actual physical hardware of a Game Boy Color to play these. As for ROMs, you really should be good for two reasons when it comes to buying multi-carts, whether it's for a Sega Genesis or a NES or even a handheld console like a Game Boy over here. And that would be, first of all, if it's sold on Amazon, these vendors, these merchants, these third-party sellers, when they apply to sell their product on Amazon, they have to go through the FBA or Fulfillment by Amazon application, verify that they legally do own the trademarks or the resale rights to whatever it is they're selling. So i.e., in this case, I am going to cover these are licensed ROMs from Nintendo, which is a good thing for us, the consumer, the gamer. You're not playing like third-party generic indie games or anything like that. So obviously this company is at least claiming to Amazon, whether that's true or not, we don't know. And again, you're kind of protected in that aspect as a consumer that, hey, I just bought this thing, it's on Amazon, I have no idea. Because those vendors, those merchants that sell these multi-carts and whatnot, do have to legally own the rights to these games. So there's that. And then the second one would be, is that all these ROMs are literally, all a ROM is a ripped image file or ISO file, a software version of the hardware version of a game. So you can take, 6,000 games and put them on a micro SD card and put them inside something like a Raspberry Pi single board computer. And 90% of the time, those are going to be just legal backups, legal software backups of games that you have previously owned. Like for example, all 108 games that are on this cartridge are literally games that I owned previously and probably lost the cartridge in a move or something like that, but I can morally feel safe, if that matters to you guys, knowing that I do legally own all these titles or have owned them at some time. So I have actually paid the developers money at some point for these games. Moving on. None of that's really important. You bought this thing on Amazon, you're just a consumer. You have no idea where these ROMs come for, nor is it really your concern or something you even have to really sweat about. So one of the major things with these multi-carts is, can you save games with them, as it does have all the Pokemons from Game Boy Color, as well as The Legend of Zelda and a couple of other RPGs. So obviously those are not games you're going to play in one sitting and then want to restart your progress. You're going to want to have save game files. And the answer to that question would be yes. If you look through the clear shell of the cartridge, you will see there is a CR2032 battery in there, one of those circular batteries like you would get inside of a wristwatch. And what that is going to do is allow you to save your game. These are inside all of the licensed Nintendo single game cartridges that allow you to save your games, such as Link or the Pokemon games. Now, the only downside to that is if that battery ever does die, which generally these have a pretty long lifespan, as it's really only being activated or used when you're reading or writing save game files. So that little battery should last years in essence. But when that does die, you're gonna all of a sudden log into your turn on your Game Boy Color one day and be like, whoa, well I guess Link is farther from closing the deal with Zelda today because I don't have my save game file or whatever. Oh, Mario's never gonna get Peach's Peach because I'm back to level 1. So that will be rather frustrating when that does ever happen. It does have 108 games. I'm not gonna go through each and every one of them because this video would be super long. I might have it linked in the description below. I definitely will have the landing page in case you want to check it out there on Amazon. But most notably, the first games you're going to see right when you log in are the Pokemon games, which definitely makes sense because those are some absolute bangers, as the kids say. You have Pokemon Yellow, Gold, Blue, Silver, Crystal, Red, trading card game, and the puzzle challenge. You do also have all 3 of the Harvest Moons. You do have 4 Mega Man games. You have the King of Fighters. You have Contra, which by the way is super fun. And that was what really appealed me to this particular multi-cart, because I shopped around for a while, went through several pages on Amazon looking at different multi-carts, and this one seemed to have the most games that I actually want to play. So that's pretty cool. As for adding or removing games to this cart, you can't really do that. There's no like micro SD card slot on here or anything where you can plug in your own ROMs. So that is unfortunate. It's not expandable, but even the 108 that's on here, I believe this was 30 bucks. I'll have the actual price on screen here, but a pretty good value because these are the actual legit games. A lot of times when you get one of these multi-carts or you pick up a ROM pack or something like that, they're you can tell that it's a replication, a remake, a forgery, if you will. Like a lot of times the colors will be off or the sound design, you're like, well, that's not the original song from Sonic and Knuckles. You do also have The Legend of Zelda, Double Dragon, Little Indian, Dr. Mario, Super Mario, Pac-Man, Heavyweight Champ, Castlevania 3. So there were some titles on there that I definitely have been digging a lot of time into. And like I said earlier, it does save your games. I'm going to show you guys right now. I'll pull up any of the Pokemon games. We'll do yellow. This ROM hasn't lost any save files or anything like that, so that's good. All right, there we are in Pokemon yellow, and as you can see, I have a continue game file. I'll go ahead and load that up. So overall, I'd have to say this is a pretty good multi-cart, especially out of the available selection on Amazon. Now, I will say, I wish this was expandable with a micro SD card to where you literally could upload your own ROMs. That would be fantastic. And aside from that, I'd say probably about 20 of the games or so. There is no duplicates whatsoever. I scrubbed the whole list. There's 0 duplicates. Sometimes you even get ones that are named something else, but really it's a dupe of another game that's in the library. Absolutely not. There is 108 individual games on here, all licensed ROMs, but it did seem, in my opinion, like 20 or 30 of the titles were kind of just filler. They could have been replaced with some better Game Boy Color titles. This is compatible with Game Boy Color, Advanced SP, and GBM? Game Boy M? GBM? Trying to think what the hell is ever called GBM. And this multi-cart will be linked in the description below if you want to check out the landing page, see the full list of games, and see if it might fit your Game Boy Color needs. If you guys like retro gaming, consider subscribing to Gamer Heaven. We do a whole lot of fun builds and projects here, and I will see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow, because I upload daily generally with gaming news in the community and industry. I felt like I was talking real fast right there. Calm it down, Kevin. See you in the next one.